Yeah. Episode 10. Yeah.
10?
10.
Ben 10.
Ringing.
No? 10.
10. Ben 10. Yes. Episode 10. We made it. Finally.
10.
It feels like it's gone quite fast, to be fair.
I don't know. Bit of both.
Yeah. We're flying up, hopefully. So hopefully this is the first milestone of many to come, I guess.
Well, we're not going anywhere, so
No.
I don't see why not.
But as this our 10th episode, we kind of put it to our listeners and viewers that we wanted to do a little bit of a Q&A. So
Of all our many listeners,
all loads of the listeners that we do
millions of people listening around the world.
Shout out the loyal ones that I know actually do listen week by week. So shout out to you guys. But we wanted to kind of just put it out there just to get some questions. They didn't have to be serious. We're not exactly the most fucking serious people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if you want to crack in. I don't know if you want me to
Let's start. Let's do it now. I want to know the questions.
So the first question that we had sent in by a listener, we actually had the same question sent in by two listeners. So that was, if you could have one person on the podcast, dead or alive, who would it be and why? So I don't know if you want to go first.
I don't know. I gotta think. I have a few, but I need to narrow it down. What do you know exactly? Do you have one that you'd love to have on?
I think I've got two. But
you gotta pick one though.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so I
That's
think I would like to have Michael Jackson. Probably very controversial, but at the same time, I think he would have so many quality stories. Like, I don't think there's one man on the planet that's had that level of success.
Yeah.
And generational success, like, way before we were even born. But even people our age, people that are younger than us, know exactly who he is.
Yeah.
And there's just so many videos of him, like, he didn't even do anything, but they filmed outside, like, his hotel rooms and stuff, and there's just literally, like, floods of people.
Yeah, do you remember when he dangled the baby out?
Yeah, dangled the
baby. Would you ask him, why did you dangle the baby? Is that been answered? Is that a question that's been answered by him? Did anyone...
What was that? Because was that Butters? What's his name? Blanket Butters. Man said Butters.
Butters is on South Park.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, Butters is the little blonde one on South Park. Is that what you were trying to think of?
Yeah, no, and then Blanket is one of them as well, isn't it? Because Blanket's on South Park, right?
I don't know.
This is where I was thinking of anyway. I
know
South
Butters
Park.
is there. Butters is definitely there.
But yeah, I think I would have to ask him just why did you dangle the baby out?
It is mad.
What was it like to have that fucking many people just obsessed with you? Like, people would turn up at his shows and they would just pass out instantly. Yeah. They'd see him, you just walk on stage, you'd be like this, and they're just out cold.
It's mad. Have you seen that video going around? Him doing the ankle twist thing, saying the barber pumping up with my chair, and he's doing it for like 2 minutes, just going,
and just literally just to get a little dance lesson off him because City dancer.
Yeah, he was a City dancer. I'll give him that.
I think he would be one of my first picks. There would be so many.
There's so many, innit? It's hard to whittle it down. I'd like to sit in a room with Kid Cudi. Yeah, I think.
Do you know what? This was one of the other ones. I was either going to go him or Mac Miller.
I'd love to sit in a room with Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
No idea what I'd ask him, but I'd just sit there with a grin in your face, like, whoa.
Literally just make his noises back to him.
Like he's real, like he's over there.
And imagine that intro. Imagine having Kid Cudi on the intro. Just making bare noises at the mic. Oh, class.
Yeah, we do that anyway, though.
Literally. You can see where the influence comes from.
Yeah, it'd be so cool.
Yeah. I think if I was going to pick someone that is alive, I think I would have to pick David Attenborough as well. He would definitely be up there as
it'd be a good interview, that guy.
Yeah.
He's bringing out a new thing, isn't he?
Yeah.
I haven't watched like the last 3 things he's done.
Not a fan?
I'm a fan. It's just like, it's the same stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I think this one looks like it's going to be more like tailored around his actual life.
Yeah.
It seems to be like from the trailer. It looks like there's going to be a lot of like snippets and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was one thing I did have noted down as well. He's actually officially on Instagram now, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah. So I think I checked one day, right? I think it was like 3 or 4 days ago, and he had like 500k. I don't know what he's at now, but when I checked, it was 3.6 million. David Attenborough is at 4.6 mil now.
When did he get on?
He got on 4 days ago.
Wow, a million a day.
A million a day. So that is what he called numbers.
I mean, he's almost at the numbers we're putting through with this podcast. So I mean, I'll catch up, Dave.
But yeah, catch up, Davey A. But I think that one may be. So I know we spoke about it before about Dave Santan Dave doing the soundtrack. So I think that might be where he's included.
Oh, is he done the soundtrack for this?
I think. Well, that's what I'm assuming anyway. So I think that's where they might have been.
Oh, that's cool.
Where the tie-in might have come from. Right.
Fucking hell.
So the next question that we had sent to us was, if you had to choose between never listening to music again or never playing Xbox again, which one would you choose?
If I'm playing the game,
yeah,
there's no sound because obviously I'm not allowed to hear.
No, there's sound, but no music.
No music. I mean,
it's tough. It's very tough. I think I've got my answer.
I think I'd prefer to never play Xbox again.
100%. That's my answer all day, every day. I could happily wipe out gaming.
If anything, it'd be more productive if
if I did.
Playing,
yeah, literally, I could actually just crack on with better things than
Bare
wasting
stuff.
time. Yeah.
Bare.
Considering we're not streamers, we're not making any money for it. It's just a hobby.
Cheen. I'd love to do this live though.
Yeah, 100%.
And get 2 viewers live.
Yeah, this may be going on Twitch eventually.
It'd be class.
It would be sick. I would be more than keen.
Or YouTube or Facebook, all of it live.
Yeah.
Give me it all.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
But I think music can't go anywhere. It can't go anywhere in my life.
You'd have to, you could sack off Xbox.
It plays such a vital part to just how my day goes most of the time.
Yeah.
That if I don't listen to music, or I'll just have a song stuck in my head, I just feel like I need to listen to it there and then.
It's like, imagine going gym and being
just silent.
Just completely silent. You'd have to put earplugs in so you can't listen to all the music going on through the speakers and that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're mad.
I can, just loads
give
of
up
different things, isn't it? Like, imagine just driving, dead silent.
I tell you what, though. Do you ever just drive in silence?
I do sometimes.
It is quite nice sometimes.
I feel like a mosh boys.
No, it is quite nice sometimes.
It is.
And then you hear your engine like, it's going to fall off the bottom of the car.
I try to turn my music up to make sure I can't hear anything. Otherwise, that's when I start getting paranoid. I start breaking. But yeah, I think mine would have to be never play Xbox again. As sad as it would be, I think.
Oh, well, it wouldn't be sad because you wouldn't know.
No, you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. Well, especially if, you gave it up before you knew what it was.
Yeah.
So you never knew the amount of fun times you're going to have.
Imagine never knowing what music was like.
Oh, trash.
Yeah.
Like, what is that noise?
Well,
there's no point going to festivals.
Nope. No festivals, no nights out realistically, unless you sat in.
Because it's going to be silent.
Dead.
Oh God, there's so many things in life that
evolve tunes.
Just, that's mad, isn't it?
Couldn't watch TV unless an advert come on. If an advert come on, you'd have to be mute.
Yeah, get it off.
That'd be mad. Anyway, the next question that we had from a listener was, would you rather stand on one leg for life or hold one arm in the air for life?
Jesus.
I know. The thing is,
if you held your arm up for life, you'd have to go. There'd be no blood there.
It would go eventually, wouldn't it?
But if you stood on one leg, it'd be fucking massive.
I know, but imagine that would mean you could only walk with one leg.
Essentially, they've asked, would you rather one leg or one arm?
Yeah, basically. I mean,
I'd rather both my legs.
I think both the legs I could.
So I think I'd take the arm in the air.
Yeah, I think I would as well. It would be so long having to put a t-shirt on. Or would it? No, actually.
No, because you put your arms up anyway.
Your arms are the other.
Yeah, it'd be.
Your arms are
Oh
in the
no,
air.
but
What am I
then
chatting?
but then you gotta do it with one arm.
Yeah.
Because usually you pick up the t-shirt with both arms.
You have
up,
to
don't you?
hold it like this.
So yeah, you'd have to pick it up with one arm and then like
slip
hoop it
in.
around the right arm. And then
It's like that trend that was going when it was like put your
doing the
trousers on with no leg, with not using your hands.
Did you see the one with the handstands up against the wall
it's like
and they
put
put
a
a
t-shirt
t-shirt
on,
on
yeah.
doing a handstand?
Bro, mad. There's
Yeah,
bare Olympic
it's-
athletes doing that, and I was like, yeah, fair.
Some people make it look so easy.
Oh, the gymnasts, like I remember seeing like the GB like gymnasts doing it. Honestly, piece
yeah,
of
me.
piss.
I could do it easy.
Just literally
Watch
doing
me.
a bare handstands. Like, right, the next one. Do you think it's okay to alternate sides of the bed?
No, what with the other half?
Yeah.
No chance.
No,
No
dead.
way. Nope.
That one's a
That's
definite
disgusting.
no-go.
That's disgusting.
It's weird, isn't it? It's such a like an
That's
unwritten
actually
rule.
vile.
It's such an unwritten rule just in relationships. You just always just end up favouring a side, and that's it.
Yeah. Which side are you? Are you?
If you I'm
So you're
lying on the
laying
right,
on the bed. Are you on the right?
I'm on the left. If you're lying in the bed, I'm on the left.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on the right.
I'm basically whatever side's closest to the door.
Yeah. See, that's one thing
You
that
think
comes into
girls-
consideration all
Girls
the
are
time.
just bare shook of the door. I'm like, mate, there's a window right next to you. That's closer to the outside. So if we're gonna get robbed, I'm guessing they'll come through the fucking window.
What if they came in both? What you can do
Well, then we're
then?
both up.
What you can do then?
I'm getting up and start banging, man.
Yeah, but you've only got the door.
Yeah,
The
but-
window's gone.
The window's
Window
gone.
shopper's gone.
Not a clue. But yeah, fuck that. Imagine that, just going, yeah, just get in, any side.
Which side's nah?
Oh, dead.
Do you go to places and go, oh, which side do you want?
Yeah.
But then you always end up on the same side
Yeah.
anyway. Because like,
Yeah.
so you like, say you go on holiday to a hotel and you're like, oh, which side do you want?
It's always been
It's
the
like
same.
you just get the sides that
Yeah,
you
it's kind
want
of been
anyway.
like, I'll try it, and I know what's going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the other side. But yes, that one is definite no-go. And if you're saying yes to that,
Yeah, you're vile.
you got some weird-ass relationship.
It's not a relationship.
No, it's not.
Get rid of it.
That's
Go on,
literally,
it's over.
she don't care. She don't care about you. And the next one was, would you rather wash your face with vinegar or brush your teeth with soap? The thing is, right, such a silly question, because I was thinking
Yeah.
vinegar, who fucking brushes their teeth with vinegar? It's normally going to be the opposite, isn't it? I thought the
Well,
question
yeah.
would have made more sense is, would you rather wash your face with toothpaste or brush your teeth with soap? I don't know where vinegars come into the mix.
Yeah.
Doesn't make much sense to me. But I think
I'm not sure. I think you can get away with vinegar.
on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it probably would
I think
be...
soap has some stuff that would wreck your teeth.
Oh, 100%.
I think
It's
so.
just- they're both just trash. Like, imagine having a face that stinks of vinegar, though. I fucking hate vinegar.
I reckon. Do you?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
don't like vinegar?
Nah, I hate it. I don't know why.
Really?
I just hate it. I just think it just stinks.
What's your favourite crisp flavour?
Never salt and vinegar. That's the
Well, obviously, but what is it?
anything but salt and vinegar for me. I hate it.
Oh, salt and vinegar's my favourite.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's not. Prawn cocktail's my favourite.
Yeah,
then
prawn
it's salt and
cocktails
vinegar.
up there for me, but fucking salt and vinegar.
But the
like,
tang from prawn cocktail and salt and vinegar is like the same. It's like
it is,
tang.
but I just hate it. I don't know why salt and vinegar.
What's wrong with vinegar? I
just
don't
hate
understand.
it. I don't even know. I've just never liked it, apart from when we used to have faggots and peas, and that's like the deadest dish.
Fuck it.
Faggots and peas, deadest.
What? And you'd only put vinegar on it then?
Yeah,
Is it
that was
because
the only time I would have it, other than unless you go fish and chips, then I'll have it. But that's about
so
it.
you don't like hate it? You still have it?
Only at a chippy. That's the only exception.
But do you get it just because you find it to be like,
Share.
oh, you have to get salt and vinegar at
Nah,
the chippy?
I get it because
Or-
we share chips. And then,
Oh, and you
I
put
don't know,
up,
if it
and you
was
just
up
put
to
up
me-
with it.
Yeah. If it was up to me, wouldn't have it.
See, no, I like vinegar, but so when we go to fish and chip shops, we just get salt,
Yeah.
and then
Add your own.
girlfriend just puts vinegar on it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you take your off because you make a soup with the vinegar.
It's
Like
disgusting.
she just put bare vinegar on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's far too much
Oh,
vinegar.
grim. You should see
Far too
when
much
Sis
vinegar.
has just peas on their own.
I don't-
Swimming, mate. It's
I'm
grim.
not a fan of peas in the first place, and I find if you turn it into a soup with
Soup
vinegar,
with vinegar, mate, that is literally, in my opinion, grotty.
Didn't they used to say like if you put vinegar in cuts, it would clean out the wound?
It probably is good. It probably
So
does
it probably
have
is
some
good for you.
benefit.
Yeah, there must be some sort of qualities in vinegar.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking, imagine sat there and someone's going, "What's that smell?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's your face."
It's my pits jokes.
Just rumping.
Imagine like you picked a spot or something and then you splash some vinegar on your face. Wow.
Burning.
Do you ever put aftershave on when you've like, oh, go on, dribble everywhere?
Wow.
So that
Big
you
mum.
can put that in slow-mo in that post-prod, bruv.
You just see it coming down here. Anyway, for audio listeners, I almost spilled all my water down my face.
Yeah.
The next question.
I think, just to sum it up, I think we went with the vinegar face wash.
I think I'd rather wash my face with vinegar.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll save that one to the end because that'll be a good one.
Would you prefer to wash your face with vinegar or eat chips with vinegar on every time you have chips?
Chips with vinegar all day. The next one from a listener was, and I don't know if they're siding with their own question or they're asking me for a reason, but the question is, why doesn't pineapple belong on pizza?
I don't know.
Do you? Okay, so
I'm not.
so are you a fan or not a fan?
I don't care.
care.
I'm not part of this whole debate thing.
It's
Like, if it's on there, I'm still gonna eat it.
Yeah. See,
But I'm not a guy who's like, it must have pizza. It is a pizza topping. It's gotta have.
Yeah.
It's gotta be in the pizza topping. But I'm not. It can't be on a pizza. It's just like
I can allow it if you don't have it. Like, it doesn't have. It's not essential for me. But I think I'm defo pro pineapple.
I'm just like, if it's on the pizza,
Yeah.
I'd fucking hoover it up.
It
like,
has to be there. Like, I don't mind it. I think it's banging. I don't understand why the massive debate even is there in the first place.
Yeah, no, I don't understand.
I think you're weak if you. I think you're weak if you hate pineapple on pizza because.
Yeah, go on, explain.
You're
Why are
just
you weak?
You're just scared of that amalgamation between savoury and a little bit of sweet on there. And yeah.
But it's like the same thing. Like, you see burgers now with like grilled pineapple in, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, why is there not
It's
that
like
much of a fuss about that?
Dish is like ham, egg, and pineapple.
Yeah. So then why is there not a fuss about that?
Yeah.
When
I don't know.
as much
And that's
as there
even
is a
worse
pizza.
because you're using those like dead pineapple rings.
Yeah.
Like out of a tin. God, you can honestly make.
And you got the pineapple fritters.
Yeah.
They just deep fry
Banging.
pineapple.
I love them.
Yeah, they are bum.
Yeah, boom. Anyway,
Pineapple
pizza
is just class.
and pineapple is defo a yes from me. And,
I'll eat it if it's there,
and
but I'm
it's-
not going to go out my way and get it.
And it's I'm a fat bastard from Spud, so I'll just yam anything. And,
I turned up. Well, how many weeks ago did you have that burnt pizza? Yeah.
Oh, so burnt. So before we did the poddy, right?
No, I think it was
just a
like
random
I
day.
came over for like it was like episode 2 or 3.
Yeah, it was. So basically, I went to have make myself some lunch about 2-3 weeks ago, and Spud was
The
on his
most
way
burnt
over,
pizza.
and I just forgot about it, and I left it in there. So obviously, as you do, pulled it out, and it was crisp. It was so crisp. So I tried to eat the inside bit that wasn't crisp.
It was a pizza donut when you finished.
It was literally fucked. So then the ring was just whole. It was just black, and then this dirty bastard was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "It's a pizza," and he's snapping it up.
Yeah, I gotta eat it. Man's gotta eat.
Yamming chunks of it, but it was
Gotta
honestly
eat.
crisp as. But I mean,
Tasted alright, to be fair.
Yeah,
Bit of char.
to be fair,
Never hurt anyone.
it didn't actually taste that bad, but it was burnt as
Oh, but because it was like a cheap pizza, it had that like
shit.
the
base.
that first layer is like a skin in it, and then
Yeah.
if it's not cooked, it just slides off
just
and it's
literally
just
comes off.
minging.
But yes,
Crispy.
the next question that we got sent in. Oh wait, that was East Coast or West Coast rap. Which, to be fair, we probably should have looked at first.
Yeah,
To just clarify
I mean-
which side people are from. But obviously, Joey Badass is East Coast.
Yeah, I'm just
So for
I'm just
me-
going by people who I enjoy
Um,
listening to.
I'm thinking of like J. Cole and that. I don't know which side they fucking originally from. I don't know. There's a lot of like West Coast, really.
Yeah,
To be fair, there's a bit of both. I don't think I can say either of them.
we're not as much in the know as we should be. We
Nah.
just enjoy sound.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm not going to favour any side, to be fair. But do you know who that was sent in? That was sent in by our good mate Jake, which made the intro for this podcast. So shout out to you, bro.
Yes. Is he trying to get tips on the next tune he's gonna make us?
That's it, Jake.
That's
if you're
what he's done
listening,
now, hasn't he?
Yeah, I know that you're just looking for your next way into the podcast on the intro, so get making and get sending those beats over again, bro. But yeah,
that goes for everyone as well.
Yeah, if anyone's listening,
we're more than happy to play more and more tunes.
We're still looking. So just because Decoy Limited has secured his spot at the minute, don't say that it can't be wiped off and it can't be taken over for a couple of weeks. But I'm going probably mainly East Coast, just because I think I listen to a lot.
I don't know. I don't know enough about it to answer that question, if I'm totally honest with you.
I think it's hard to say because there's so many rappers that come from other places. Like, just if you think of like, there's so many. I think it's more if you want a SoundCloud style of rap, then you go to you go West Coast more like LA and that.
Yeah.
So if you're listening for like that style, I guess, of sound, but then if you're looking for like more of like the hardcore, like grimy sound, I prefer East Coast, I think. So yeah, I'm easy on that one. I'll go in between.
I ain't got a clue.
I'll go.
I don't know enough about it to answer.
I'm just not an American rap hater, so I'm not one of them guys that would be in that category. Right. The next question was, who would win in a fight between you and Spud? Not happening. I'm not gonna scrap one of the boys.
Get me.
I'm not about this life. But if it was gonna come down to it, I'll take the L.
You reckon?
I reckon Spud's got a mean left hook on him. I've never seen it, but I reckon his left hook's got some venom.
Oh my God.
And I've seen him boy man off on a football pitch. So yeah.
Shoulder a man in the face. Told Conor McGregor that one.
Yeah. And that wraps up all the questions that we got sent in.
Actually?
Unless you want to answer this one.
I want to answer some funny
ones.
One
more question that we got sent in.
Send some funny ones. I want to know.
Would you rather eat a handful of sand or a handful of mud?
Do you remember that video that would go around, that woman that was eating mud? She's really old.
What?
I remember seeing this years ago. She's really old. And you're like, how is she so old? It's because she's eating mud.
What?
Yeah, years ago.
It's like that fucking program, like Three Peters, and this dickhead is like, he's like, what? There's like, what are you so obsessed with? And he's like, chair cushions.
Oh
and
yeah.
Like, he would like go to like vintage shops and what, like antique shops, take the fucking covering off the sponge of like a chair.
They are.
And yam the sponge. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
I don't understand. How does it taste good? What?
I don't have a clue. But these people are so fucked in the head. Like, you don't, like the people that used to eat like glue sticks and stuff like that, and they just, and you're like, what are you doing? Like, what is wrong with you that you've got to the point in your life where you think, do you know what? Yes,
I'm gonna eat
yam a sponge.
Dirty.
And like, you've got your family friends and like your friends inviting you over, and you're just sat there eyeing up their chairs and that.
Do you want to cook dinner? Nah, I got this Pritt stick.
I've got a bag of sponges. Like, weird bastards, man. Honestly, I don't understand it.
I think I'd rather eat the mud.
Yeah.
Because isn't sand made up with like loads of different shit?
It's just so, yeah, it can be like glass particles. It could be literally smashed up anything, can it? Rock.
Mate. And I feel like trying to eat sand would be like trying to do the cinnamon challenge.
Yeah, I reckon it's just literally
it'd be
green.
all everywhere.
The thing is though, is it wet sand or dry sand is also a big part.
Yeah, it is.
Because I reckon if it's dry sand, I reckon you're never swallowing it. I don't know. Who the fuck would even do that in the first place?
Yeah, I'm gonna go mud.
You're gonna go mud?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
straight up mud.
Scrotty. So grim.
Imagine just munching bare mud and that. But you know as well, when you eat mud, it's all gonna be stuck to your teeth and that, and you're like, it'll be all on the sides of your mouth and up in your teeth and that.
Right.
Imagine cleaning your teeth after eating
mud. Right, I'm going. I'm not doing either of them at any time, but
I'll straight up 4-course meal in that.
I'm going mud. Right, we had one last question that we can cover. What's your opinion on people eating onions like apples?
That's just, again, minging.
I mean,
What? How? It's nothing but pain.
Yeah, I mean, a raw onion is bad enough on its like little bits.
You cut right. The signs to tell you not to eat a raw, like not to take a bite, is when you cut one open and it makes you cry.
Yeah, you're crying your eyes out like a little bitch.
I mean, surely that's a sign to say, hang on, nah. So, are they saying as well with the skin on? So you munch the skin as well?
I don't know. I'm assuming.
Are you munching through the skin?
Oh, if you are, then it's definite no go, regardless of how much you're having of it.
You eat an apple, you eat through the skin, don't you?
You do, yeah. Unless you're scared of that as well, little babies.
You're scared.
Fucking who peels
an apple? Are you scared?
Literally, who's peeling an apple? But
don't they peel apples to make like crumble and that?
Yeah, I guess.
Apple crumble.
If that's not munching, yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna make an onion crumble.
Technicality. But I would say
the closest thing to an apple crumble in the onion world must be like French onion soup, right?
Yeah, something like that. You're just lost. Like
you're lost.
You are lost.
You need a friend.
If even that goes through your head, like, fucking hell.
A raw onion straight up and the mush, like. I watched a video recently of a guy who was walking. You know, like they do the things in like students do the things in libraries where they walk around and they like make a noise or something.
Yeah.
He would like walk up to people. And he'd whip a raw onion out and just take a bite out of it.
And just seeing the reaction.
And he'd take and you can see everyone in the background like
confused.
What the fuck is he doing? That's an onion. And you can see as he takes the bite of the fucking
his face
acid air that travels into your eyes and makes you cry.
What did they call it?
And he's like ah and it stings through your nose as well. It burns your nose.
If you've got a cold or COVID.
Yeah,
that's 100% wiping it out. So maybe that's the
vaccine.
That's the natural vaccination. Maybe we've cracked it. Maybe that is the answer.
It's got to be, hasn't it?
All these problems.
It's got to be.
We found it. Found the answer. But yeah, I'm saying you're just lost. You're just lost if you do.
Well, I've completely forgotten the question. Is it okay to eat an apple, an onion like a?
It is. Yeah. What's your opinion on eating onions like apple?
Dirty.
Dirty. Yeah. Dirty.
That's so dirty.
Yeah, and not even.
I'd love to know if that's a thing that people keep private or like, you know, those sort of things that people bring up.
Yeah, and they're like,
and everyone's like, no, we don't do that. And they're like, what? I've been doing that my entire life.
It's like, oh, when you just try and bring something up and you're thinking, oh, everyone
does
do this,
that,
right? And then you just don't get the reaction. You're like, oh.
Yeah, so I did.
Okay.
So this happened to me recently with the whole debate of. I didn't know that there was a thing where when you have a shit, there's a debate between whether you stand up and wipe or you sit down and wipe.
This is what I put this poll on my Instagram not long ago.
I didn't know that there was a debate in this.
Yeah, because I had this first conversation with someone in work and I was like, what the hell are you stand? Don't tell me you stand up.
I don't stand up. No, I stay sat.
Obviously. Who stands up? Like, what is wrong with people? What's wrong with people?
I tried the stand up thing and I was like, I understood why people did it because it just like.
Yeah, but standing up, how tall are you? Are you
suppose
hovering or are you fully up? Because if you're fully up, your bum cheeks is closed.
It just literally like So I suppose, like as a sit downer, I like stood up but like
leaning.
Hunched. Yeah, so my ass was I was still in that like weird.
Yeah, like you're like hovering.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. That's fine. That's fine by me.
But then it just hurts your quads and you're still in the sit down motion. So I felt like I was doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you've got to stand up.
Oh no, fuck that.
If you're gonna be a stand up, you got to stand up.
But I'm not having the people that are telling me they literally stand completely up. I'm like, mate, your bum cheeks must be so small. Like you must have no back off.
Literally the tiniest. What the thing about sitting down is like if you've got a little dangly one.
Yeah, no,
and it's still imagine if you stood up.
Allow it.
That's just pressed between the cheeks.
Allow it.
Gone.
Shout out all the Asian mates who told me just take a bottle of water with you and just personal wash it.
Yeah,
I'm getting a BD whenever I can.
Hard. I want one. I want the one, that Japanese one that absolutely.
Mate, Japanese toilets, if you haven't ever seen them, go and Google that, mate. It'll change your world.
The one that, like, when you open the bathroom door, the seat opens for you.
Opens for you, just literally. It's probably got a Bluetooth speaker on there, so it plays music up your arsehole.
What's your opinions on warm public toilets?
I don't
when you
mind
sit down.
it.
Oh god, I hate it.
I know, it is grim.
I hate it.
The thing is, with COVID, obviously you should try and avoid using anything that anyone's using. But it's unavoidable in situations.
Yeah, his ass got COVID.
But
he shitted out COVID.
But oh man, I didn't even know that was another option when someone was telling me that in work.
Well, it's like, the stand up and sit down. Yeah, no.
Mate, I just looked at him with the maddest blank face. I was like, what?
Yeah. When I found out, I was like, I gotta try this. I've got to see if this is revolutionary or not.
It's one of those things you try once, you're like, fucking hell.
And it's most definitely not revolutionary.
No, you think, all right, my life's a little bit more in check than theirs. Because that is a mess.
So the guys who stand up and wipe are probably the ones who eat raw onions like an apple.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, yeah. They're the ones that fucking crack eggs straight in their mouth.
Eating pillows and that.
So dumb. So dumb. Honestly, sometimes I find out things just through conversation, and I just look at people and I'm just like,
you're just minging.
I don't know.
How are you standing up? I bet someone's going to be listening to this like, what? Sit down was a thing?
Yeah, I know. Shit.
I always thought everyone stood up and wiped.
Mate, I've got to the point where I'm even sit down and weeing now because I can't be asked to stand up. Never mind bloody.
No, I do a sit down wee in the nights because where you aiming?
Just cozy. I think men have a weird attachment to the toilet. Like I've actually come to the conclusion after the 24 years of living, and everyone always says it's like their personal time. But regardless of where you are, you're just never really in a rush.
No.
Like a girl, just go in straight, done. 10 minutes done, max.
The worst thing is when you whip out a game on your phone and you just sit there wasting time. There's an app I think that you can download that tells you like you can put like your job and how much you earn a year, and it tells you how much you earn whilst sitting on the toilet.
Yeah, it's how many times you go to the toilet, and then it'll just work out whilst you've been sat on the toilet how much money you've earned.
You must be on about 10 G's or something, easy.
I mean, it's so much money sat on the loo. Class.
You shit bear.
Yeah, it's just class. But I think that wraps up all the questions and answers that we had.
Any funny ones?
No. Do you know what? We'll do this again in another milestone episode.
Yeah, another milestone.
Oh, actually, one question I did have actually was, in 5 years, where would you like this podcast to be? And I thought 5 years sounds the longest time away.
I hated because they ask you that in like school and stuff, don't they?
It's like job like interviews. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I remember when I went to my interview in a supermarket, right, and they asked me that, and I went,
not here.
No, literally, bro, so cold face. She was like, where do you want to be in 5 years? I went, yeah, do you know what? I wouldn't mind to have either my own like clothing brand or like animation company.
Yeah.
And she just looked at me. She went, oh. She's like, oh, well, it's nice that you've got a clear plan. I was like, yeah, this is nothing but a stepping stone.
Yeah.
What is that noise? The MacBook's playing Silly Buggers.
Silly Buggers.
Always a technical difficulty. But yeah, that question, it doesn't lead me anywhere.
No.
Like it always makes me just think like, yeah, I am quite a futuristic person in terms of I do try and plan. But at the same time, you can't change much.
I find like, especially that question when you're in school or like when you first start a job or like an apprenticeship or whatever.
Yeah.
5 years in your head, you think, fucking hell, I could be fucking manager by then.
You could be minted.
Do you know what I mean? But then in the grand scheme of things, it's not even that long.
No.
So like in 5 years, you're probably still going to be working under the guy that you're working under now or the person you work. So it's such a stupid question.
Since we've got older, weeks have definitely got faster.
Especially, it's a stupid question in terms of like going out and getting a job, but I understand it in terms of like doing something like this.
Yeah.
Because if we're going for 5 years, then we must be doing something right.
Yeah.
So I mean, there must be a point in which in those 5 years,
interest in it as well. Yeah. But yeah, no, I would like to see this podcast obviously grow. Hopefully, we'll start getting more of our own personal platform as well, like alongside it. So yeah, we can just keep speaking on things that we've seen, or just keep giving shitty opinions on anything.
Yeah.
But who knows where it'll go.
It'd be nice in 5 years to have a solid fan base.
Yeah, just like a solid, loyal audience
that would let us sort of. I mean, yeah, 5 years. It'd be nice to be able to have quit your job by then.
Yeah, just doing this as either the sole thing, or doing other projects alongside.
And it lead on to more opportunities.
Yeah, I think that's where ideally our end goal is, I guess.
But at this point, you've got to love doing it. Otherwise, you're not going to get 5 years down the line anyway.
And guess what? I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It is fun.
But
it's class.
I think 5 years is definitely a solid time as well. That I think if you are doing it for 5 years, then things should naturally progress. And if they're not, you're doing something substantially wrong. If you haven't identified that early on, then that's a fault of your own, I guess. But yeah, I think just to continually build as organically as possible.
And yeah, you could use this to take so many opportunities, especially if you're doing it for that long.
I would like to ask anyone that's in like a social media or like a YouTube space, like that's in a position that they're in now, obviously where they're like doing bigger things, like what they would have thought 5 years ago. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now they're in that like higher position. I would like to ask them the reversal of like, what was your thoughts 5 years ago when either you just started out? Because I think 5 years is probably a fair representation, to be fair, of like when people were just starting out.
I really do think a lot of them will tell you we just did it for fun.
Yeah, 100%.
We just did it for fun.
Yeah.
We enjoyed doing it, and something came from it because nobody knew what was going to happen. Like Joe Rogan's been doing it for how long?
12
He's
years.
on like 1,500 episodes. Like. People just do it because they want to do it and they want to do it for fun, and that's the point that we're at now, because then you don't rely on the fact that if you do get low numbers, you're not affected by it. You're just doing it because you want to do it.
I mean, it's not like me and you were ever just friends solely because of this anyway.
Exactly.
Like, we were always going to chat shit regardless.
So might as well let other people hear the shit that we chat.
And do you know what? At 24 now, by 29, will I stop chatting absolute poo? Nope, probably not.
No, still in your 20s then.
But yeah, I'll probably be in a different frame of mind probably. But yeah.
No.
No. If I'm honest, growing up is not in.
Still fucking smashing up vinegar pots and that.
Still washing my face with vinegar and munching on them onions.
Eating mud. Yes.
But yeah, Q&As. I think
Q&As will get better.
Yeah.
Q&As will get better.
I do like Q&As. I think they just kind of add that element that we're kind of like that personal engagement with people that do listen. I think they are effective.
We need to up the Insta game though, raw.
Yeah.
Insta game's weak.
I know. I'm trying to make clips, but we're lacking. But soon we'll have some bit more better quality, hopefully, like promo material.
Just more stuff. We need more stuff to do. To like put up.
But
it's hard.
Managing. It is hard, especially when at the minute, obviously, we've got other priorities that are running alongside it. So we do try and fit in as much work as possible.
Well, it leads into the 5-year question, doesn't it? Yeah. It's like you want to be able to
solely
earn enough off this so you can
either employ people,
put more stuff on.
Yes. So I guess that leads into the first thing that I want to cover off talking about social media was the latest Netflix thing, well, docudrama or whatever you want to call it, a documentary about the social dilemma.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched. Tam was watching it the other day.
Yeah, I think you'd really enjoy it. I think you would enjoy it. So I watched it the other day.
What's it about?
So I think
brainwashing and that.
So yeah, the whole premise.
Oh my god, the sofa's falling apart.
Is I guess just showing so it's basically all the creators of like AI. That were working at these like companies like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, etc., Instagram, and they were basically just showing and trying to explain like the setbacks and stuff that they had, or the discussions that were had whilst they were like building these platforms.
Yeah.
Like the guy that was working at Facebook was saying about like how vital like notifications were.
Yeah.
And
whenever I think of Mark Zuckerberg, I just think of that picture of him surfing. And he's got the sun cream on his face.
Yeah,
Have you seen it? And
yeah.
his face is just completely white.
Oh, class.
I was watching something and some guy was like, if you see me ever look like that, I want you to shoot me in the face, because I'm not accepting that.
But he's literally, it must be so mad for someone like that as well, because he literally just started to look like a robot now.
Oh, he just look, yeah, he
It's
must
just
be
mad.
just.
He's just built this mad platform, and he obviously could never anticipate how big Facebook was going to get. But it wasn't like he's not in that social dilemma, but it's actually like someone that was like head of like growth or something like that.
Yeah.
And like marketing. So yeah, they were basically just showing
Was it
like
the guy? Have you seen the film, the Social Network film?
yes.
Was it? Did it happen to be his best mate who he kicked out? Gave him like 0.1% or something.
No,
it wasn't him, was it?
No, it's like the people that were solely just like based in like the marketing and like the AI like
Mad.
field. But yeah, it was so they were basically just giving like the contrasting view, should I say? Whereas like it's got so big now that it's like it's so scary.
Yeah.
Like how much shit they're actually taking off you, like how long you're spending on per post, so they know what adds to like that. How like basically the algorithms work in these like social networking things. And they were mentioning a lot about like Gen Z, so people that were born after 1996.
Is that not zombies?
Right,
Gen Z.
Yeah, Gen Z is a film, isn't it?
I don't know. Sounds like zombies.
It is. No, it is, isn't it? Something zombie
Gen
based.
Z.
But yeah, they were saying.
Oh no, it's Z Nation.
I
It's
don't
the Z Nation. Yes, that one.
I don't have a clue what you're
And
on
World
about.
War Z, bro.
Yeah, World War Z is the thing.
There's so many Zs.
But they were saying like the negative, like, well, obviously just the negatives that they were facing as a kid.
Yeah.
I
was told about the Pinterest guy who was on there.
Yeah, he was.
And he was doing, or like something to do with Pinterest, and then he found a way to make it really addictive, but then he himself got addicted because of the stuff that he was doing to find it addictive.
Yeah, it's mad.
It's so
do you know
dumb.
the best part about it was basically all the people that were working, because obviously they've either taken like a change of like career or just trying to do like the moral thing. So there was a guy I think he was called like humanity. It was like social humanity or something like, or humane something. He was basically just trying to make sure that it didn't get to a point, or they had to, all these social networks had to be like a bit more transparent with like the data they're actually taking.
Yeah.
And he was saying, and like the guy about Pinterest was saying about he doesn't even let his kids have any screen time now. He was like, yeah, he was like,
it's probably a healthier way to do it, but
yeah,
you know.
So me and my missus were talking, and we were saying, you know, like North Korea.
Yeah.
We were saying, you know, like it's so like whenever you see like documentaries about it and stuff, and you just see how like shut off it is from like the world that we obviously know. Yeah. We were saying like, I know it looks like old fashioned there, so it could probably do with just like some modernising. And they're only allowed fucking like seven haircuts, isn't they?
Are they?
Yeah, they go.
There's so many rumours about that place.
Yeah, but like
so
who did that
rumours.
documentary? I think it was Louis Theroux or someone. Someone managed to go there, didn't they?
There was a guy for Vice who managed to go there.
Yeah.
And they sort of, obviously you weren't allowed to film.
Yeah.
But then because he had to fly to a country nearby, and then there was a tour. Across. It was a tour that would then take you into North Korea.
Yeah, it is. So they do it as like a tour, don't they, mainly?
And then, yeah, they spent a few days. And that American kid, do you remember the one who tried to steal a painting?
Yeah, and he
got sentenced to so-and-so amount of years doing basically manual labour.
Yeah.
And then they finally got him home and he died within 2 weeks.
It's mad. But yeah, so we were basically trying to work out if, like, just because we know things as they are now, and we're just so used to being like connected to everything, like everything's just fucking so fast paced, and we're just seeing so much shit. Like, do you reckon they just live a comfortable life being completely just shut off from the world? Like, I don't know the full, like, obviously there's full, like, if you were probably to understand the full, like, culture there, it's probably a lot stricter than we'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean, they probably only do stuff because that's all they know.
Yeah.
If they knew something totally different and then were doing that, then they would start to question it.
Yeah. But that's what they were basically saying. Like, it's how much of like an impact on like politics and stuff, and just how the way you like your mind's just constantly like getting manipulated by all these like search engines and stuff. Because it was basically saying if you Google something in one part of the country, say I'm in England and you're in Scotland, it'll basically like map to where your GPS like location is, and whatever people are searching in your like area, it'll recommend you. So it might be completely two different things.
But then, would you rather a search engine send you different things so you can read them both and make your own opinion on it?
Yeah.
Or, like you said, all these search engines are putting these messages or whatever out. Or would you just have one guy running a country that says, no, this is it?
Yeah.
At least being out and about and having all this accessibility, you can choose your own opinion.
Yeah.
You can do the research, you can search things up. But if it's just one guy and if you say a bad word about him, you're fucked.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, innit? Like, I have like contrasting views, like with myself as well. Like, I have like conflicting opinions because I think that, like, this woman was saying that basically she doesn't follow, or no, she purposely follows people that have like a different way of thinking to her.
Yeah.
So she can see that like the alter like opinion kind of thing. And I just think that, like, all these like sponsored ads and all this stuff that pops up, like, obviously because it's used information I've either searched or like you can fucking hear when it's, you know, when you just like get those stupid like adverts and stuff. Like, I think it's hard to try and break away from that. Like, I don't really know what I'm trying to say. Like, it's hard to make your own mind up when something's just being fed to you constantly, and it's like so tailored to what you want to see anyway.
But then it's completely up to you then to decide, okay, I've seen enough of this one side.
Yeah.
I need to look at the other side.
Yeah, but then it was also saying about then if you try and search for the other side, how do you know it's not like fake news?
But then that comes down to you putting in the research.
Yeah, no,
of course. If you read one article, then fuck knows.
Yeah.
But if you read a bunch of them, then you'll understand. Okay, this might not be right.
Yeah.
This might not be a correct fact. And
but
then it's up to you.
Yeah.
To decide. It's rather than completely being shut off to the other side, you might as well just be completely open-minded about it.
Yeah. No, I do agree.
If you say something wrong, someone can then correct you on the other side, and then you sort of open yourself to be like, oh, okay, so it was this rather than this.
Listen to the other opinion.
If I take that and this and put them together, then it's a lie.
But like
that sort of thing.
There was like another part of that, and they were saying basically like this isn't a new thing anyway. Like your mind's been manipulated for years. Like like adverts, like newspapers, like magazines, like posters that you just see in like certain areas. So it's not like a new thing. It's just so much more accessible.
Yeah.
But they were saying that basically if you're using a product, like, so basically like a Twitter or whatever, you become the product, which I thought was quite mad because it does make us a lot of sense. And there's like a little bit, so it's kind of like, it's like half documentary and half like made up, like just scenes kind of thing. And it's about this kid and he's like he says to his mum like, oh, I can easily just wait a week without my phone. Yeah. And I was thinking, it's just like mad how many people couldn't do that. Like I, for one, I don't think I could. I think I'd struggle.
Well, without your phone?
Just go for a week out without my phone.
If like, it depends. I think a lot of it depends on what type of work you do as well.
Yeah.
Because
if you're fully occupied,
I could go a week without my phone.
Yeah.
If I was just in an office job.
Yeah.
Because all you'd need it for is social media.
Yeah. Or but the thing is, like, you'd miss out even on things like group chats. Like, you wouldn't stay wouldn't stay nowhere near up to date with everyone if you didn't have group chats and
but then
etc.
At the same time, you got to think like
how much of it is valuable, conversation.
And if you're really worth it, people will get in touch. If you're really going to do something, people will get in touch with you somehow if they know you haven't got a phone or something.
Yeah, by pigeon mail.
Yeah, Pidgeotos.
Sending better letters to your workplace.
I find Twitter is one of the best places to get news.
Yeah.
Because
it's also one of the most toxic places.
I know, but then you get so many different opinions.
Yeah, you do.
and you can see how many different. You don't have to be opinionated to see all the other opinions.
No, you don't.
And you don't have to throw smoke at everyone.
No.
You just take the opinion and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you got a valid point. I'll carry on scrolling, see if someone else says something else.
Yeah. My standpoint on socials is always, if you're not trying to use it to like add some form of like benefit to your life, like we kind of need to it's hypocritical for me to say like that you could just literally delete everything, because we obviously need it, and it's good, it's beneficial if we're trying to push like this podcast and just certain things like that. It's been beneficial in those aspects. But I think if you're just digesting all this content constantly, if you're seeing like fucking influencers and whatever just like on holiday doing all this bullshit, then you're obviously going to start looking at your own real life and just realize that it's clearly not the way, like it's clearly
but
not.
then they're using it to benefit themselves, because then they get paid.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So
it's kind of like counterintuitive to say
people
that,
take it far too seriously when they see somebody on a beach.
Yeah. They're like, oh fuck, I need to be on a beach. When realistically, 5 days of that week, they've probably been at home, and that photo was probably from 3 months ago when they were actually on holiday.
People take stuff far too seriously.
Yeah, I think if you get to that point, you should, and it's hard. It's probably easier for us as being a little bit older to understand that. But I think for these kids now, like there's a bit where this girl is like taking a photo, and she takes one of herself just like normally, and then it gets like 2 likes, say for instance, and then she deletes it because she's like worried that obviously she's going to not getting many likes, and then she takes another one with filter, and then she gets like 50 likes, and then she's like buzzing, she's like gassed, but then someone comments on it about like how big her ears are, and then she's just constantly just stood in like the mirror and stuff, just like. So she got the like, so she was gassed, and then someone commented bad, and then she took the negative, like, and it's kind of like, I don't know, I think.
But it's a struggle.
Yeah.
For people to understand, you got to be bulletproof.
I think we're a lot more thick-skinned because we remember the times where like we didn't have it.
I just don't understand why people throw hate so much on.
Yeah.
It's like that streamer who killed himself recently. One of the original Twitch streamers killed himself. All his chat was because he was just playing a game, and in his chat they're all like, "Kill yourself," and he's like, "Do you not realize like what you're doing?"
And he
got really, he was in a real dark place, and he's mad. It literally recently.
You'll never be able, like.
It's so bizarre, like. Oh, it's so bizarre.
But this is where like it gets to the point where like, how do you physically police it? Like trolling is so easy, like it's something that you'll never be able to fully contain, like on any app, like because you can just do it in so many different ways. Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be these big fuck off paragraphs where it's like just constant hate. It can literally just be like 2 or 3 comments just consistently, and they'll always sit with you more. So like,
I think that's how Nick Merckx has done so well for himself in terms of streaming, because if anyone throws any sort of shade in the chat, he's like, get him out.
Yeah.
Get him out. There's no point.
That's what I mean. You've got like moderators and stuff like that, but things like, I don't know, like things like Twitter and stuff, there's so much. And I can definitely see how it would affect a lot of people. Because imagine you just like tweeted, for instance, and all it was 100 replies of literally kill yourself, what are you doing, you're a dickhead, all this stuff. Yeah. So I think it would be tough. And if this podcast ever got to a point and we were getting shit like that, like we might have like contrasting views and stuff.
Yeah.
But at the minute, touch wood, I just try and use social media as like a good thing. I do think it's important, like the types of people that you do follow as well.
Yeah.
Like I've always said, I only ever follow people either that I'm good mates with, or I follow that do things that are like kind of like inspiration, like inspire me to do more things in my life. Do you know what I mean? Rather than people just live this mad fabricated life that I know is unachievable for me. And then I'm just like,
shoot for the stars, man.
Yeah. For now, anyway. Jeez. Maybe put myself in that category, but like, do you know what I mean? They're either fucking just generational wealth.
We'll have a TV show soon, man. Don't worry about it.
Do you get me? But yeah, I think if you follow the right people, then social media becomes less deep and less influential on your fucking like mental health.
It's taking that person and being like, that's just a person I'm never going to see in my life.
Yeah.
Who's sat behind a phone.
Yeah.
That person's opinion does not matter.
No, literally.
Just as hard as it is, you just let it go. Just like,
literally.
oh, okay, it's not worth my time.
But if you are going through those problems, don't compare yourself to other people too much.
No.
Try and just speak out your problems if you are having a difficult time. Because obviously mental health is a key factor to just remaining safe and sound, I guess. But yeah, so yeah, if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend watching it. I think it's about an hour and a half long.
I got real deep real fast.
I did get deep.
Went from Q&A eating onions.
Well, that's the thing. It was kind of like I thought,
pineapple fritters.
I knew what it was going to be like. And then I was like, when I was watching it, I was like, fucking hell. Like, if you were watching this and you didn't have a Scooby-Doo, like what they were going to mention, you would be like, right, that's it, I'm gone. I'm deleting everything. Yeah,
no, that sort of stuff I tend to, like, not stay away from, but it takes me a while to watch it. Like, I know I watched, like, 20 minutes of that What the Health and turned it off. I was like, nah, it's not for me at all.
Yeah,
not
what the
watching
hell?
this.
Nah, do you know what? There's like, yeah, and that is one other thing as well, is like all the health documentaries. Yeah. They're so pro thing.
And they take so much stuff into out of consideration, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much stuff about the What the Health thing where they never announced, like, the underlying issues that a lot of the test subjects had beforehand anyway.
Yeah, genuine.
So it's like, there's so many facts that they just didn't...
Oh, yeah. It got disproved
Joe Rogan has fucking talked about this for hours.
It got disproved a lot, to be fair.
There's a lot of stuff that is... but that's then...
It's down to you, like we were saying about doing
you've got to
research.
Watch that, and then do your own research, and then put the two together. That's the whole point of it.
It literally is. I think if you ever are watching any form of, like, because like I've had a few recommendations or like people telling us to do like a conspiracy episode of like literally just like find the conspiracy and just break it down, which I'm down to do. I think that would be quite funny. Just because they are some of them are so barbaric. The Queen's a lizard.
Fucking mad ones.
But yeah, that might be an episode that we go into maybe next time.
We'll do it. We'll do it. Because why not? We got the time.
Everyone
do it.
Everyone loves a conspiracy, regardless of how deep it is or how big it is. Whether it's Pizzagate, whether it's bloody the Queen's a lizard, whether it's bloody Justin Bieber's an alien, all this mad stuff. But yeah, stay tuned for that, I guess. But yeah, if you're listening, or just if you are a documentary or a podcast listener, like a frequent listener, just try and always think of like real world scenarios, or just do your own research after you watch it. Don't always believe the content.
It's the one side. Just look at both sides.
Yeah.
Just look at both sides of every story.
Yeah. There's either an underlying like agenda behind the content, or someone's just feeding you some lies, just like flat earth, like anyway,
there was a flat earth on Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's a flat
on that it was like, so they got a laser, they shot it up into the sky.
Yeah.
And it basically, if it was rotating, it would like the thing would have rotated by, I think it was like 15 degrees or something.
Okay.
Every 24 hours, or a certain amount of hours, it changes by 15 degrees. And these flat earthers put the laser on. They were like, watch. And then they came back after a certain amount of time and it changed 15 degrees. And they were like, oh, no, something's knocked it. So they did it again. And it changed 15 degrees again. And it just keep changing 15 degrees. And they're like, oh, no, it's wrong. It doesn't work. This thing's broken. And they're just like, oh, my God.
But yeah, they mentioned that in that Social Dilemma as well, about how
so
people...
dumb.
But it's like...
I think that I think it started as a joke.
Yeah.
Someone was like, yeah, it's flat. And then they like made some like made up shit about it, and then someone was like, oh my God,
yeah,
it actually is flat.
Yeah.
And then it just spread, and then like celebrities started jumping on board, and I feel like they only jumped on board to be funny.
Part of a trend, or
just to be funny, just to be like,
they don't understand sometimes the repercussions of them just like getting involved.
And then it's just spiraled out of control. It's like, there's pictures.
Yeah.
The
thing is, right, if we were to ever mention anything, our influence level is so low.
Oh, the lowest.
And 90% of the time, we're so uninformed anyway. So
yeah, we say something, say two sentences, and we're like, okay, that's done.
And then we're like, yeah, we don't have a clue. So 90% of the time, our listeners probably know more than us. But yeah,
Maz
what
guy.
it is.
It is what it is, yeah.
It is what it is, yeah. What's the time we at? I didn't even know.
Hour.
Is it?
Dead on.
Wow.
Well, 59:30, Cad.
Just one thing I wanted to quickly mention. So I'm not sure if you've seen the latest collaboration, promo collaboration between Gucci and North Face.
No? How much the jackets?
So
£1 million?
there's been one mock-up like flying around the internet of it looks like a Nupsty with like a green like a green base and then like the Gucci like monogram all over it. But that's fake. That's confirmed fake. That's obviously, it's just like a little Photoshop mock-up.
Do they say it's confirmed fake because they're like, fuck, we're actually bringing that out and we need to...
Yeah. Well, that's
we need
the thing.
to
It was
squash that and then actually bring it out.
It was kind of like a fan photo, but obviously all these like pages on Insta and stuff like spread it around like wildfire, saying that would be the thing. But they obviously just released like a minute promo, I think, of just like a tent on the side of the hill with like a big North Face and like Gucci flag.
Bro.
So stay
That's
tuned for that.
That's going to be about £90,000.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it's more North Face prices. I'm hoping it's more North Face prices, and I'm also hoping it's more North Face build quality, especially if they're bringing out like puffer coats, etc. Because if it's leather stuff, then yeah, 100% take Gucci side because that's going to be real Italian leather.
Gucci.
But yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm actually excited to see what pieces come from it. Can't guarantee I'll even bother trying to get any of it because if it's Gucci prices, that's a no-go.
Nope.
That is a no-go. But I'm reckoning, predictions, I reckon there's going to definitely be some fucking bougie-ass tent. I reckon they're going to do some bougie
bare
like
Insta
that.
posts in a Gucci tent.
Yeah, bare bougie stuff like that. Or I was thinking maybe like a big mad pair of like hiking boots or like hiking shoes. I think that's where I think they might try something like that.
The thing I have with this is I don't care because I'm never going to buy any of it.
Oh yeah, no, that's
because it's just so expensive.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. And I don't even think most of the stuff's going to be like functional pieces.
No,
It'll
it's
just
not,
be
is
clout
it?
pieces.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm thinking they're going to go more of like the outdoor thing rather than like just like trousers and like t-shirts. I feel like it's going to be like an outdoor collaboration.
Well, at least it'll be something different.
Yeah. There might be some fucking banging gloves, but who knows?
Gucci, yeah.
More to be announced soon, I guess.
Someone running around like Thierry Henry on the training pitch in winter with some Gucci North Face gloves on.
But allow the fucking Balenciaga boots. Hope I never see them in any football league because they are trash. Get me.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's wrap it up there. I've been Tom.
I've been Spud.
And that's episode
10.